Hello everyone. Today we are going to cover one-liners on the topic Indus Valley Civilization. First one is Indus Valley Civilization flourished around 2500 BCE in the northwestern Indian subcontinent. Next. It is also known as Harappan culture. So why it is known as Harappan civilization, or why we do not it as Harappan civilization? Because Harappa was the first site discovered in 1921. Okay, that's why it is also known as Harappan civilization or Harappan culture. Next one, Harappa was the first site to be discovered in 1921. Okay. Next, Mohenjo-daro was discovered by R.D. Banerjee in 1922. So remember it that who discovered Mohenjo-daro and when it was discovered. So it was discovered by R.D. Banerjee in 1922. Okay. It is one of the world's earliest urban civilizations. Next, cities were planned on a grid pattern. Grid pattern means, roads were constructed from north to south and from east to west like this. Okay, these were the streets and roads. And houses were constructed on the corners of the street. Okay, like this. And streets intersected at right angles. Okay, these streets intersected at right angles. Next one, advanced underground drainage system was a key feature. So there was a well-maintained, well-made drainage system which was underground, and it is a key feature of this civilization. Okay, this was a very well planned structure. Okay. Next one, houses were made up of standardized baked bricks. Okay, so baked bricks were used to build houses. Okay. Next one, the Great Bath is located at Mohenjo-daro. Okay, so a structure known as Great Bath is located at which site? At Mohenjo-daro. And this Great Bath was used for religious functions, ceremonial bathing, and ritual purification, etc. Okay. Next one, granaries were found at Harappa and other sites. Okay, and these granaries were used to store grains and other stuff. Okay. Next one, the script remains undeciphered till date. Okay, there were some scripts found, but till date we are not able to extract meaningful information from it. We are not able to decipher, right? Seals were made up of steatite. So steatite क्या होता है? It is a soft talc-based stone. So seals were made up of this material. The famous Pashupati seal was found here. Okay, so Pashupati seal has a yogic pose, right, surrounded by 4 wild animals. Sometimes questions में ये पूछ लिया जाता है कि कौन से 4 animals से surrounded थे वो, और जितने भी मैं one liners कराती हूँ, these are all based on PYQs. Okay, so these are all very important. So these 4 animals are elephant, your tiger, rhinoceros, and buffalo, right? Plus 2 deer or antelope-like structure. Okay. Next one, agriculture was the main occupation. Okay. Next, wheat and barley were major crops, right? Cotton was first cultivated here. So, cotton cotton cultivation first began during Indus Valley civilization, right? Remember it. Next one, trade was conducted with Mesopotamia. So, there were foreign trade also, and mainly it was conducted with Mesopotamia, right? And for the foreign trade, dockyard were built, right? And a dockyard was found at Lothal. Which site? Dockyard has been found at Lothal. Remember it. Very important. Next one. Weights and measures were standardized. So weights and measures like cubical church stones, weights and ivory, yeah, shell rulers were used, right? So weights and measures were standardized at that time. Society was well organized and urban in nature. Okay, the society was urban in nature and it was well organized. Okay, next one. There is no clear evidence of temples has been found. Okay, um, Pashupati's seal was found, but there is no clear evidence of temples there, right? Next one. Fire altars were discovered at Kalibangal. Remember it that fire altars were discovered at Kalibangal. Okay, and these fire altars, sorry, these fire altars were used for community rituals, sacrifices, and fire worships. Right? So, fire altars were discovered at Kalibangal. Next one is burial practices indicate belief in afterlife. So, how they buried? So, the full body was buried, often with head towards the north, right? And uh, these burials included items for deceased ones used in the afterlife, such as pottery, ornaments, uh, some beads, bangles. So they believed in afterlife. Okay, so burial practices indicate belief in afterlife, right? Next one, bronze tools and ornaments were widely used. One thing more, there was the bronze statue of dancing girl was discovered at which site? Mohenjo-daro. Okay, so this was discovered at Mohenjo-daro and it was made up of bronze. Okay, bead making was an important craft. Okay, so remember, bead making was also done. Terracotta figurines were commonly made. So, some figures of terracotta clay has been found, majorly of animals and birds, followed by card frames. Right? So, terracotta figurines were commonly made. The civilization declined around 1900 BCE. Okay, and there are no well-known specific reasons why the civilization declined. So possibly it could be climate change and river shifts. So climate change and river shifts are the possible causes of decline, right? Next one, it represents the Bronze Age culture of the Indian subcontinent. So how? Because they manufacture tools, weapons, art made up of bronze. Bronze क्या होता है? It is an alloy of copper plus tin, right? So they used it and it signaled towards a major technological shift from stone tools, right? That's why Indus Valley civilization represents Bronze Age culture of Indian subcontinent, right? Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you liked the session. So if you want daily updates, you can subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.